-3. Oh, my first frost of the season. And for those of you who don't recognise this, this is the River Brathay. And we have beautiful conditions. God, what a beautiful morning. Well, you see the light on the hills. I'm just trying to spin you around. Hold on a sec. Oops, not that way. There you go. The light's just starting to hit on the mountains behind. It hasn't actually made it to the trees just yet, which is probably just as well, because the ducks and the geese have come to the party. Before the ducks and the geese arrived, I managed to fire off a shot. I was using I had the polarizer on, but I took it off. The sun is just coming in at the wrong angle, and whilst it made the light on the hills really pop, I got a darker blue curved area in the middle of the sky and also in the river, which I'm not sure that I like. It might be passable given that we've got mist. I can maybe say that it's mist causing that. But anyway, I turned it to minimum. I couldn't bother to take it off. I popped the reverse grad in and I'm shooting at f11. Yeah, I'm using the 10-20 because it's quite a wide scene. There's plenty to get in. I shall possibly crop it to a panorama type image when I get back onto the PC. But yeah, this is a rather glorious morning. So I'm just going to hang around here for a little bit longer. I'm not going to keep you guys here, because you'll get bored waiting for the sun to come through. You may not be able to make this out. There. It's just starting to come through. So hopefully in the next few minutes, we might get some light on these trees. So I'm going to disappear. I'll catch up with you in a minute. Just wandering along and I bumped into Geoff Beattie.
Hi guys.
Check out his video channel on YouTube. I'll pop a link up here for you guys.
Cheers guys.
Have a good day.
You too, enjoy.
This was the same day. After such a wonderful morning. That type of morning gets me to the point where I just don't want to stop. But at some point I have to go, no, the best of the light's gone. Let's go back to the van, let's have a cup of tea and just chill. The nice thing about winter days is they're short. So I didn't have too much time to spend faffing around, sitting in the van, reading a book, before it was time to come and find somewhere for sunset. Now I have kept a beady eye on the weather forecast, and it said don't get your hopes up. They should have put that in big letters across the bottom. Don't get your hopes up of any sunset colour. So as I was in the area, I've come over to Windermere. And I'm never quite sure which end I'm at, but I'm at one end. And the area that we just walked through is Borrens Park, which is a really pleasant little green space. And this area here is called Waterhead. Now I have an image from, I dread to think, 6 years ago maybe, that I took from this spot. And I absolutely love it. I've got it poster size printed on the wall. It's not the best quality image because back then I think I had my D80 or my D90, one of those. I had a kit lens. I have a feeling it was a 70-300. I really didn't know what I was doing with it. I didn't know about focus stacking, and it's a portrait orientation. We had some really deep, moody clouds, and I'm not sure. Let me just see. Yeah, that sort of cloud effect. And we had roughly the same amount. I mean, maybe it was a bit quieter wind-wise. We had all the boats out on the water, giving some lovely reflections, and I absolutely love the image. There is so much wrong with it, it's ridiculous. There is far too much foreground. The water level is quite high. There's a pile of stones there, there, and there's one here. But when I was here before, there was 8 or 9 little piles of stones, and what I should have done was climb them out. But I didn't know about these things back then. There was also a huge tree trunk, bottom right-hand corner of sort of somewhere around here. And because I was shooting quite close up to it, it's horrendously out of focus. I really ought to find the raw file out and re-edit it. I'm sure I could make a better job of it. Anyway, I digress. So I figured I'd come here. This is quite a sheltered area. The rest of the lake has got a lot more ripples on it. And I'm going to have a go. Well, I was going to try a long exposure and blend a long and a short exposure. I'm not entirely convinced that'll work because the masts on the yachts are moving. Now I've picked out 3 boats. The blue one, the white one, and that one, the yellow one. Because they are as close to being in a line as I'm ever going to get with the way the wind's moving the boats around here. I quite like the way it's staggered out. This here, I'm going to try and position so that it's on one side or the other rather than being in the centre. Well, it's not happening. I think I'm going to cut my losses and pack up. Just up there, there is a little bit of a break in the sky and there's a bit of blue threatening to come through, but I'm not exactly convinced it's going to result in any light. We're about 30 minutes off of sunset time. So if we were going to, I was hoping we'd get some of that really nice golden light that you get just before sunset. Ever the optimist. I'd set the image up, I'd framed it, I ended up with the rock, that little rock there, slap bang central. It was bang in line with the white boat, which is that one, and then the yellow boat decided to move. And they're in almost perfect position there. There's a slightly bigger gap between the white and the yellow boat than I would like, but beggars can't be choosers. I've upped the ISO to 400 and it's still not enough. I'm still not getting a fast enough shutter speed to freeze the action of the boats. There's just too much movement in them. And the wind keeps picking up. I want it to die off so I've got nice calm reflections. So I think what I'm going to do is post up the image of what I could have got had I had the right weather conditions. So you can see what's achievable here. It's a beautiful little spot. Yeah, I really don't think this is going to happen. Although it is kind of clearing. It's one of those, I don't want to go because the minute I pack up, it's going to turn nice. Now if I look behind me, look at that sky. And no, Andy, before you say anything, I can't recompose with my feet because the water's there, I can't move it. And I was going to try going down to the marina because I've not been down to the marina before. But again, there's no reflections, there's no sky detail. So I think I really am fighting a losing battle. But don't get me wrong, after this morning, I'm really not that fussed. I've got a couple of hours drive now before I kip down for the night. So I will see you tomorrow in Northumberland. Bye!